Hello, I'm Linda from paperboutique.blogspot.com. Today we're going to be making this cute accordion purse. I want to show you how easy it is to turn a regular Cricut purse or any 3D purse into an accordion purse. And let me just go ahead and open that purse for you, and you can see in there. I just love it, and it's so quick and easy to convert a regular Cricut cut. Let me show you the purse before I added the accordion. This is just a regular purse that is cut from the Tags, Bags, Boxes, and More cartridge. And what we're going to do today is we're going to take this side out and build in an accordion. And like I said earlier, you can use this technique for any type of purse. Well, let's go ahead and get started. The cartridge is, or the cut is from the Cricut cartridge, and it's on page 118 of the original. And look at this. This is my most used cartridge. It's my go-to cartridge. And it's on page 118 of the Tags, Bags, Boxes, and More cartridge. And what I did is I cut out the blackout, and I cut it at 11.37 inches wide, 11.37 inches wide using the gypsy. I used the blackout because if you notice here, they have holes in the very top, which you could put your ribbon through, but I wanted to add this type of a handle using just a paper cut, so I actually used the blackout. Also, I don't like the score lines, so I went ahead and removed those in using my gypsy. Well, before we actually assemble one, let me show you a couple of things. When you are making this and customizing, you know, if it's this size purse or this size purse, the thing to remember is the height of your insert is going to be the same height as the size as the side of your purse, minus about 1/8 of an inch, so it moves. The width is going to vary according to the size of your purse as well. The insert for this particular cut, and we'll go over that again, is 3 1/8 inches high by 4 inches wide, and it's scored at every 1/2 inch. Now, when you're actually making this, you may want to have your accordion a little bit wider, but bear in mind the more pleats that you have in, it's a little bit harder to work with, and it moves around a little bit more. So I like 2 to 3 folds. And I'm in love with this paper. We recently got back from Seattle, and I purchased this paper. It's called This and That by Lori Whitlock, and this is from her Graceful Collection Kit. I'm a huge Lori Whitlock fan. She designed some of the best silhouette cuts and some of the best papers out there for Echo Park. So just wanted to show you this. Well, let's go ahead and make one. Now remember the cut. Let me show you this. This is the cut, and I went ahead and scored it. When I'm doing, because I don't like those score lines to show, sometimes I'll just cut a template with the score lines and then gives me a guide, but I've done so many of these bags that I really kind of can tell where the score lines should be. But if you want to do it that way, you can, or you can use the score lines. You could use a scoreboard on this. I use a ruler and a stylus. The first thing I did is go ahead and do all of the score lines, and I'm not sure if you can see this. I put remove here, remove, and cut off. So you're going to cut off both of these sides. I'll move this up. You're going to cut off both of these, and then you're going to cut off both of these. I found it was easier to do if I went ahead and scored it. Let me bring that down, and let me show you one where I've actually done that. So I went ahead and scored this, and look at this paper. Isn't that cute? I went ahead and scored it, and then I removed all of those pieces. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to do the inserts. And all you'll do, and you'll want it to be like this, you'll want to have a piece that goes down on each side, just like this. And I think you can see, I'm going to make sure. And what I've done is I've cut this, and this particular one is 4 inches wide, and I've scored it every 1/2 inch. I used the Martha Stewart scoreboard, but you could use a ruler, you could use your score pal, anything to score it. And it's 3/8 of an inch high, which is like 1/8 of an inch shorter than the side of my purse. And then I just go ahead and accordion fold it, And I like to make sure that it's creased really well. Next, I just used a glue stick. And what I did, and it's important that each piece is the same. You've got both flaps again going down. And I'll go ahead and I'll just put some glue stick, a heavy dose of glue stick here. You could use scored tape, you could use hot glue, something that's really going to stick. And then normally what I do is I scrunch it down, and then I'll just kind of hold it in my hand and put the glue stick. And then you're going to line this up, I'm hoping that you can see that, about 1/8 of an inch from the side, so it gives it a little bit of room. And you're going to come almost all the way down to the fold, and then here's the fold up there, and you're about 1/16 of an inch on each side away. And you can move this and vary it. It really doesn't matter. And then what I do after I glued that in place, and you can pick it up and move, if you're using a glue stick, you have a little bit of time. Then I put binder clips on both sides of this, and I'll let it dry. And once it's dry, I repeat the same process. I'll come in here and put my glue stick right along here, and then I'll put it down like this and let it dry. And because we don't have time to let it dry, I've already done another one. And I'm using double-sided paper. You don't need to. You could just do solid cardstock, but I just thought it was kind of fun. So this has been drying, and I'm going to remove my binder clips from both of it. And I like to keep the binder clips on a while, so it just gives it a good finish. Now at this point, a good finish, it gives it a sharper crease. That's what it gives it. And then at this point, I'd go ahead and I'll put glue stick on one side, and then I'll pick it up like this, and you kind of be careful, and I'll try to get it about the same distance from the bottom as the other side. And then I'll just hold this for a minute, and then I'll go ahead and clip it. And you could also use, like I said, score tape or a heavy duty tape or a glue gun, but I like the glue stick because I have a chance to move it around if I want to. And then once that dries, I think you can see it, I just come over here, do the same thing, and then hold it up like this, and then just line it up and put a binder clip on that. And then that's just a cute little purse. Well, the next thing that I would do is I'd go ahead and cut a piece for the handle. What I did is I cut a strip of paper that is 7 5/8 by 3/8 of an inch. And I like to go ahead and like curl it with my fingers just to sort of soften it up. And then you would open it up. And then what I would do is just put a little bit of glue here, and then kind of crease it right along there, and then do the same thing on the other side. And you have, let me bring in one that's already done, and you have a cute handle. Now you could also punch holes, like I said earlier, in the top and tie a ribbon through it. You can leave it as a clutch. There's so many different ways to finish it. What I also did is I went ahead after it was all finished and I just added my rhinestones. And this, let me bring in this paper again. This is this particular die cut. This is a kit, and it came with that die cut, so I just put that on the cover. But I want to mention a couple of things about the magnets and how I did the magnets. Let's bring this one back in. I absolutely am a huge fan of the Basic Gray small magnets. Now they're a wonderful magnet, but you have to be very careful with them. They're kind of good and bad. They're good that they're super strong, but they'll also rip the magnet right off of your paper. So what I do is there's adhesive on both of them. I'll put one magnet here, and then I'll leave the other piece attached to it and remove the adhesive, and then I'll just close it. And then I'll very carefully pry it up, make sure it's marked, And there is adhesive on the back of these, but I found that it isn't strong enough. Let me show you a little bit with my next step here. I'll bring this in. What I did here, and I'm not sure if you can see that, is I put a glue dot underneath. And then because it's a super strong magnet, I went ahead and just used my punch and punched a couple of circles to add between the magnets. Otherwise, when you close it and open it again, it would just pull the magnet off. Sometimes you could also put the magnet on the inside, like one piece inside here, but it's still very strong. So if you put it inside, the magnet inside here, make sure that you put another piece of punch a circle and put it over the top. Otherwise, no matter what adhesive you use, it has a tendency to rip up. And that is it. It's just super simple. And you, like I said earlier, you can use this technique for any type of a purse cut, a Cricut cut, an SVG file, or any project that you want to add like an accordion pleat to. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching, and please visit me at www.paperboutique.blogspot.com for more projects and ideas. Bye-bye.